The importance of premium motor spirit, commonly called petrol, in the lives of Nigerians cannot be overemphasized. Little wonder the upward review of its price through the removal of subsidy on the product was greeted with mass protests across the country. Today, frayed nerves are being calmed, and the cost of the break in the nation's productivity is regrettably high.
If you look at our current GDP, $300 billion, one month of that, if that's about $2.5 billion, and then we lost one-third, that's about $8 billion. For the 10 days we did not work in a month of 30 days, we lost clearly a GDP of about $8 billion. And that could have been avoided. And can you recover it? Not really. For example, the seats on the flights for all those days, you cannot recover that.
That's a huge loss to a nation. And that meant that also Plateau State would be collaterally affected because Plateau is part of Nigeria. So for a state like Plateau, you can imagine all the banks were closed for the period. That means no business transaction, even though markets were open skeletally. But it meant also that people could not transact business because there was no cash in circulation.
In spite of this, Nigerians are hoping to reorganize themselves, but not without some challenges. In Jos, the Plateau State capital, banks and offices are now open. Pupils back in schools, and life returned to the city, but the long queues still line the streets. In Kano State, the Department of Petroleum Resources has sealed off 5 fuel stations in the ancient commercial city for allegedly selling the product above the approved pump price of 97 naira per litre. The affected stations were also alleged to have either ordered or diverted several thousand litres of petrol and taken undue advantage of motorists. Elsewhere, traders in Benin City, the Edo State capital, and Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, all tell of the challenges of the last few days.
People are not coming out, nobody will buy. Then we have goods in the shop, we're just there. We can't sell, so when you don't sell, you can't buy another good. So the goods already just stand still and it really affect the business of it.
Filling stations in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, are not dispensing fuel, and prices of major food items are yet to return to their previous status, but transport fares have reduced considerably. And back here in Lagos, some major and independent marketers have reverted to the new pump price, getting activities gradually back to life. The period of the strike also left some lessons to be learned.
The process of the strike really brought about intellectual presentation, analytical presentation of some of the challenges that we've been facing as a nation. By and large, what has happened in this process is that leadership has now known that you cannot but have programs that will alleviate the sufferings of the people. And if you are seen to be adding to the suffering of the people would respond negatively.
Have a strike, the criminals are going to take advantage of it, move in, start looting, and start attacking people. It's all predictable. There is no surprise in what happened. What is unfortunate is that we saw it coming, but as a people, as labor and civil society organizations, as government, we insisted that we will go down that road and go and meet the disaster that was waiting.
Well, as government and labor returns to the drawing board, it is the expectations of Nigerians that the outcome of their deliberations does not inflict any more hardship on them. Henry Ogunjimi, Channels Television News.